Hello friends, running kimono here. A couple days back I went to Walgreens to pick up my curbside order, and then I wanted to do the Garnier hairspray deal a couple more times. If you know, you know, check out Sunday's video where I have that deal. So, anywho, I did a bunch of little transactions, picked up my curbside offer, and I was heading back to my car. And there was a lady, a senior who was probably, I would say, in her 80s. She came up to me with her cell phone in her hand and she said, "Do you know how to take a photo with one of these?" And I'm like, "Yeah, what's going on?" And she kind of looked like she had a little bit of a panic in her eye. You could just see like she was just a bit feverish. And I said to her, I'm like, "Hey, what's going on?" And she said that she needed to take a photo of an ATM at the store and text it to somebody that she was on the phone with. And I immediately knew that she was tangled up in some sort of a scam. And I said to her, I'm like, "Hey, this sounds kind of fishy." And it's not what she wanted to hear. She wanted that picture on her cell phone right away and for me to just fall in line and comply. And I followed it up with, "Do you possibly have a son or daughter in the area that we can call right now? And you can explain, why you're photographing this ATM at a Walgreens and what you're doing." And then she tells me that she had won an award and she had to pay the tax for the award because it was being sent the next day to her home. And that's why she was trying to figure out how to use the ATM and how to get a picture to send to these people so they could tell her how to use the ATM because she didn't know how to use the ATM either. So there was a lot on the line here. And she drove herself to the store. And I just really wanted like one of her family members or somebody to show up, or I could possibly call. Even if she had a daughter in Scottsdale, Arizona, maybe she could have better luck talking to her mom than I am right now because this just tasted, smelt like a scam. And also on the local news, there was an outfit of scammers doing this to seniors, pretending that they're from the IRS looking for some back pay, water company looking for an outstanding order that's not paid for, and so on and so forth. So this was kind of like in my mind fresh because I was talking to my mother in law the day previous about all of these weird scams. And this lady, no matter what I told her, and I did spend a couple of minutes with her, I just didn't dismiss her. She asked me again to take the picture for her. And I just flat out refused. I said, "This sounds like a scam. I'm not participating in this." And then she just looked at me and she's like, "Well, I know this is a huge imposition, but you can't help me." I'm like, "No, ma'am. I think there's something really wrong happening here." And I'm like, I asked her to call a family member. And then I'll even volunteered. I said, "Hey, I have a couple minutes. Do you want to come to the police station with me and we can talk to an officer about this and to figure out if this is on the up and up?" Just thinking outside of the box, is the first thing that came, just maybe a nice community officer could tell us about scams happening here. And then she put her finger in my face and said, "You do not know what you're talking about. This is legit. I won a big prize." At this point, guys, I mean, I tried a couple different avenues. So I went into the store and asked the manager. I talked to the manager and talked to one of the cashiers who I'm friendly with and said, "Hey, listen, this lady's been eyeing your ATM. She's trying to get money for these people that she's never met to pay for a prize that she won, and it just sounds very suspicious." I'm like, "I've tried to talk to her. I've tried, a couple different things, but just be mindful of this." And the manager just said, "Once she takes that money out of the ATM, we're not responsible." And I know a couple years back there was people scamming seniors as well, but asking for gift cards, and it was also at a Walgreens. So, guys, sometimes when you hear something that's too good to be true, you won a huge prize, you won $1 million, you have to just pay the tax on it. If it's too good to be true, that's probably what it is. And especially right now with the economy, like these scammers are working on overtime trying to make as much as 5 cents. It's absolutely crazy. I don't know the conclusion of this because the old lady was still on the phone with these people. The phone just kept ringing and ringing and ringing in the store. And I just knew it was a scam. And I don't know this lady from a hole in the wall. It's not like I could just, confiscate her phone. Other than calling the police and I mean, I left it to the store to do that. It wasn't going to be my call, but I volunteered to call a son, a daughter, a niece, somebody to try to help her out, and she just got really angry with me. And I even went as far to volunteer to go with her and to drive her to the police station, and I would be with her and I would drive her back to the Walgreens, just so we could talk to an officer about this, about winning this amazing award, and trying to photograph an ATM for them. Like, it just seemed very suspicious and weird. But she was in so deep with these people on the phone. It's like she was looking right through me, guys. It was just a really weird sensation. And I really hope that the manager stepped up and helped her out, because something was really up. And she was just very, she didn't want to hear a word I had to say. And I'm sure the person on the phone was probably saying that, I was the scammer or something like that. It was just really bizarre and weird, a weird situation to be in. And I think with the economy and everything the way that it is right now, these people who do this, they're doing it full throttle, and how embarrassing. Go get a friggin' job. Um, I was not that educated in scams and how these things work. I heard about it whenever it was like on the news or something like that, but I just never really followed any of this, because why would I? Started listening to The Perfect Scam, and if you have like any sort of like podcast app, this is completely free to listen to. It's by AARP, and you're thinking, oh well, senior citizens. No, guys. Anyone can actually sign up for AARP, and this podcast is by journalists. So it's like they're telling you a news story, but somewhat more relaxed. So something like a Dateline NBC, but it's specifically about the most up to date scams. And what this lady was saying, this prize, and having this person on the phone, and the phone kept ringing, I knew right away what it was. And I only knew about this immediately because of this podcast, and then plus I also saw it on the news. I saw it on the local news, so this is kind of why it was on the radar. But this podcast, they show various scams, everything from like crypto and just people that are getting taken for everything that they have, everything that they've ever worked for or saved. And this woman who's in her 80s, like, that's a perfect example of, she got just, I don't know, I guess she wanted to win a big prize, and this person on the phone just kept talking to her and talking to her, and she just bought it. And I really hope that she doesn't figure out the ATM, and she just left. But she just was trying so hard, and when I tried to explain to her, like, I think something's really fishy here, could we try going to the police station, something like this, like, she just wanted no part of that. And she even put her finger in my face and said I didn't know what I was talking about, and here I am trying to help her. So anyhow, guys, in the comments, let me know if you've ever ran into anything like this. Have you ever had luck trying to help somebody in the process when a scam is taking place? If you've ever been able to diffuse it. I obviously wasn't successful. I tried everything I could think of, but of course I don't know this woman. She's a complete stranger. She's just a senior citizen who I was trying to help. And yeah, I really hope she never figured out that ATM. Check out this podcast, The Perfect Scam, and we'll catch you in the next one. Bye, guys.